This guys, this class is very, very appropriate. I started the hangout. I don't know how this happened, but I started this hangout. I was talking to myself for about 3 minutes, wondering where you all were. I was just sitting there waiting for you, and then it wasn't broadcasting. So this class is very appropriate because this is something I am moaning about. This is something I would like to complain about. So, Chow, how are you today?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Have you got anything on your chest that you'd like to get off your chest?
My chest?
Yes. Do you know this expression, to get something off your chest?
Nope. It is the first time I've heard that.
Get something off your chest means something's annoying you and you need to reveal it to someone. You need to tell someone. So to make yourself feel better.
Google Hangout? No.
Yeah. This is my one.
Yeah. Actually, the final exams in my universities, yeah, it is somewhat annoying.
Okay, and do you moan about this? So do you grin and bear it? Do you know that this is another expression for you? To bear it meaning, ha ha ha, just do it. Or do you like to complain? Do you like to moan about it?
No, I don't complain about that because, you know, I complained a little on Chinese Facebook, just, no, yeah, I can bear it, yeah.
Okay, so generally you would grin and bear it, meaning you wouldn't moan too much. You'd just smile, get on with it. Don't worry too much. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Douglas, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Nice to speak to you. It's the first time you've spoken, right?
Yes, the first time.
Perfect. So welcome, Douglas. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Great. And what would you like to get off your chest right now? Is there anything that's irritating you, that's bugging you?
Probably my work.
Okay, so work in general. Yeah. Anything in particular?
No, nothing particularly.
Okay, so just generally your work, yeah? So working is something that you've moaned about. And would you be vocal in terms of your moaning? So do you know what this means, to be vocal? Vocal. Do you understand?
No, I have never heard.
Okay, so when you are vocal, that means you would talk about it. You wouldn't keep it to yourself. So if you're vocal, you would moan. But if you keep it to yourself, no one would know that this is a problem for you. So would you, it's a bit like grin and bear it. So would you be vocal in terms of your dissatisfaction?
Yes, no, I usually am vocal. I usually complain about some things.
Yeah, so you would voice it. So you would voice your complaints, okay?
Yes.
Vocal about it, you voice your complaints, everyone would know that you're not happy. Okay, that's interesting. And Josu, can you hear?
I'm here.
Cool,
Hi.
okay. Good to speak with you. How do I say your name? How do I pronounce your name correctly?
Josue.
Jose, okay, cool. And where are you from?
I'm from El Salvador.
Cool. Oh, yeah, we have spoken before, haven't we? Have we spoken before?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Anyway, okay, so in that case, have you got anything on your chest at the moment? Oh, that's so bad.
To get something. What does to get
that's so
something
painful.
off your chest mean?
Okay, so to have something on your chest, I don't know what's happened, but it's hurt my ear. My ear thing has broken. A technical problem, Chow, yeah. And now it's hurt my ear. Okay, so anyway, Jose, do you have anything on your chest, meaning something that's irritating you right now? For me, two things: Hangouts and now my ear thing. I'll just use one. Okay, so anything that you've got on your chest, anything that is annoying you, is irritating you, is making you want to complain.
Yeah, my scores.
Your scores for your tests and stuff, exams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exam results, things like this. Okay, that's cool. And again, are you vocal when you're not happy? So do you tend to tell everyone else that you're not happy, or do you grin and bear it, or do you just keep? Wait. Are you vocal, or do you grin and bear it?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yep. Are you vocal, or do you grin and bear it? Meaning, you want to moan to yourself. Okay. So, did you understand? So, to grin and bear it means to smile and just do it. Don't complain. It's a problem for you, but you don't complain. You just carry on. And if you're vocal about it, everyone in the world knows your problem. So everyone in the world knows that you are struggling with exams. Okay? So do you keep it to yourself, your problems, or do you tell everyone else?
No, I keep it myself.
You keep it to yourself, so you can say, I grin and bear it. Okay? Okay? Just smile and carry on. Keep calm and carry on, this overrated poster. Yeah, I don't know if it's in your countries, but anyway, okay, so Abdallah.
Okay.
Abdallah? Chow said, some people say complaining is like a bad breath. Some people also complain about. Okay, so Abdallah, are you there? Okay, I don't know, we can't hear you just yet, but Dennis is definitely there, right? Yes.
Yes.
Go on, get it off your chest.
Hello, Mark. About what?
Anything, yeah? So what's bugging you right now?
Right now, nothing. I woke up about half an hour ago, so...
You're quite refreshed still.
Yes. I don't have anything yet.
Okay, so the moment's all right, but we'll see what happens later. By the end of this class, yeah, we'll give you some inspiration. So, I said this question to Dennis, what's bugging you right now? And that's just, bugging just means annoying. What's annoying you right now? What's bugging you right now? Okay, so that's just what it means. He's always bugging me, or she's always bugging me. Okay, she's annoying me, it means, okay? Any questions? Did you understand?
No, it's quite clear.
Perfect.
Can I say this hot is bugging me right now?
The heat.
Yeah.
It is hot right now, right? So in Eastern Europe, I've heard that it's above 30, or last week it was above 30 or something. It got really, really hot. What's it like in Russia, Dennis? Or where are you? Are you in some tropical paradise?
Yeah, now it's very hot, and these days it's about, for me, it's very hot. It's about 25.
For me, that's too hot as well. Yeah, so I sweat. I have real problems sweating, and I like to go to hot places, but not for too long. Yeah, and I like the rain, because when it rains, I never sweat, and if I do sweat, it's okay because no one noticed because it's rain anyway. So. Yeah. Okay. So the heat is bugging me. Something is bugging me. You can say. My exam results are bugging me. Yeah. Anything that's annoying, you can say it is bugging me. Okay. Something is bugging me. Okay. So what I thought I'd do is I'll show you some things, the top 100 things that annoy British people, according to a poll. Okay, and don't worry, Dennis, it's not the BBC. Yeah, it's something else. And we are going to have a look at these things, some of these things, not all 100, that will take all day. We're going to compare the situation with you. So if these things irritate you as well, and most people in your country. So we're just going to compare, and you have an idea as to what we complain about. British people, generally speaking, I'm not saying for everyone, everyone's different. There's, yellow people, orange people, different people, yeah. So, but generally we like to complain, just not to people's face. Yeah, we find it very difficult to complain to the person we should be complaining to, but we find it very easy, probably like you guys as well, and to just find, oh yeah, did you see what he did? Or oh yeah, so we really complain a lot. Yeah, and it's a way of also making friends, to be honest. Yeah, so to complain about something. Okay, so. The 100 most annoying things is a in this poll. Okay, so Food Company has made a list of the 100 most annoying things based on a poll of Britons. Britons is just another way of saying British people. Sometimes they say it, I don't know why they say it, but they do. Okay, so we're not going to read this. We're just going to have a look at some of these topics. So,
Martin, why Food Company?
for research, I think, yeah. So for, I don't know, to work out the market better, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, but sometimes random companies do stuff like this, just to maybe think, right, okay, British people are like this, or to understand the market better, maybe the customers, I'm not sure. But okay, this does happen quite frequently. Random companies, like a bank has just voted what the favorite color of 12-year-olds is, or something like this. Yeah, so sometimes just to understand the market better. Okay.
Could you copy the link?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Okay, in Google chat.
I mean, both chat is okay.
I'm not sure if Verbing chat is. Yeah, it's working. Cool, Verbing chat is working.
Yeah.
Miracle. And my Hangout seems to be okay now, apart from the full start. Okay, good. So, I'm going to say the most annoying thing, according to this, and then I'm going to get you to look through the list and to find one that you'd like to talk about and to see if you can relate to it, okay? Do you know what this means, to relate to something? So, Jose, do you understand what this means, to relate to something?
Yeah, when you have like communication or a relation with something.
Yeah, literally, yeah. So for example, I am related with my mother. Yeah, so we have a relationship because we are family. So it's some kind of relationship. But in this context, if you relate to something, it means you understand something. So you have been in a similar situation to what is describing, or you think, yeah, I agree. So you agree with something, you relate to it. So if I said to you, I have visited your country, it's not true, but if I said to you, Jose, where is your country?
El Salvador.
Yeah, you said. So no, I haven't been to your country, but if Dennis says, I've visited your country, then you can relate to each other because you have something in common, okay?
Okay.
So to relate to something is kind of like to have something in common. So I relate to it. I can relate to it, meaning I understand the situation. Okay, so then you're going to have a look through the list and see if there's anything you can relate to. The first one is chavs. Does anyone know what a chav is? Chow, I think, knows now. We talked about this a couple of days ago, I think, or a couple of weeks ago. Can't remember.
Yes, I think I know.
Could you explain?
Just
Me?
Yeah.
Ciao?
Dennis first, then we'll get Chow to do it. And we'll get Chow to act like a chav on webcam. But Dennis, you explain first.
As far as I know, it's a young person, who try to follow fashion, who wear very, sometimes very strange clothes, the full of brands, something like this. Huh?
Yeah.
It's
okay.
something about fashion.
Yeah, it's a fashion thing, but usually they don't have good fashion, yeah? So they wear very... These are chavs, right?
Yeah.
So, like these kind of people, but not necessarily teenagers. There are adult chavs as well, which is really bad, yeah? So it's just describe a way of... Not their character, but the way of acting. So they want to talk like this all the time, right? Yeah. So right, what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the pub, and then after the pub we're going to like get in a fight, and they talk like this all the time, and they maybe are not so socially pleasant, as in so things like stealing, or things like I don't know. Getting into fights, things like this. But now it's used to describe really a term of, it's like a kind of fashion, but you can be a chav if you're not of a lower class, for example, or you can be, we talked with, I think, who is it, Ty or something from America, she was saying in another class that it's like just a style. So it's just the style that they choose to act like this. So this is a chav, and this is the most annoying thing about the UK, according to this poll. And to be honest, I would agree. Yeah. So yeah, it's so irritating. But
Martin, and what is moan?
it stands for chav. So the police used it. It was a police term because they wanted to describe this type of person, but they didn't want to write a long description in their notebooks. Because when a police meets a criminal, they have these black books and they've got to write all these notes. And they were coming across lots of these kind of people, so they wanted to find a quicker way of describing them without writing all the notes. So they used this, and it's abbreviation originally for originally it stands for council house and violent. A council house is a house provided by the government, so if you don't have enough money to rent your own house or buy your own house, the government will give you a house or an apartment. So that's a council house, and violent means aggressive. Yeah? So they're from a council house and they're violent, they're chav. But now it's not really just for these people, yeah? So for example, at school I had friends who were from middle class families who would act a bit chavvy, yeah, just because they didn't want to be seen like a bit of a toff, yeah. So it depends. It's just now a style, but originally it's council house and violent chav. But it was a police term. Okay, so Chow, we talked about this maybe the other day, but can you describe about if this is annoying in China, if these kind of people annoy you, and how they act, how they behave?
Chav, actually, I don't know, just as you act before.
Can you act?
I mean, just.
Can you act like a chav? Go. Go.
Oh, that's difficult.
No, that's okay. You can do it. You can do it, chav. Chinese chav. Talking Chinese with the voice.
Are you really sure that I can do it? I can't.
Yeah, no, you just do it. I thought that was
Yes,
cool.
no.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. You're rescued because Jose now has got his webcam on. Act like a chav in your country. Can you act like a chav from your country?
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Let me think. Yeah, it could be like there are some guys here in my country that are always in the mall and everything like that, and they are just buying clothes and things like that. They are teenagers and they don't study and they don't work. So I think that they are like chaps, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's like that. Don't do really much. It's about attitude as well. Yeah. So things like, for example, if you lose your job or you can't get a job because you can't get a job, you can't say that person's a chav. It's just about attitude that they don't want to do anything. Yeah. So they don't want to do really anything with their lives apart from cause problems. So that's attitude. You can't say to someone, "Oh, you lost your job, you're a chav." Yeah, that's not right. Or you failed one exam, you're a chav. You can joke around with friends like that, but you can't say it. It's about someone's attitude and stuff. Okay, so can I just ask, Chow, what's the most annoying thing for you about China, and what do Chinese
the
people...
traffic.
Traffic. Okay.
Yeah, and the food security, and air. I mean, the pollution in the air. They have many.
Okay, but the most annoying thing.
Most annoying. Traffic, I think.
Traffic. Okay, so Dennis, what would you say the most annoying thing for you, and what would other people say about Russia? The most.
Yes, it's traffic, definitely, traffic jams. Yeah, it's especially at Moscow.
I don't know where traffic came in this list, but one second. Traffic is also irritating. But wait, I can't see traffic.
It should be. It should be.
Because we have traffic, yeah? It's not like we don't have traffic. We have a lot of traffic. But no one's mentioned it. Slow traffic lights. Someone mentioned slow traffic lights, but not traffic. Can anyone see it in that list? But anyway, okay, so traffic, you would say. Douglas, what is the most annoying thing about your country?
I believe truck jam too, but when people are walking on the street with their cell phones very loud, talk very loud on the cell phone. It's
Yeah.
it really irritates me.
Usually it's with, let's not stereotype, but slightly maybe older people who are not used to using phones and think they have to talk like that. Hello,
Yes.
yeah, I'm just coming home now. This kind of slow, loud voice. Yeah, you hear this on the train. And they've got now special trains in UK. Well, in all trains now. For quiet, there's a quiet zone and there's a normal zone. So if you don't want to hear the phone, someone talking, go in the quiet carriage. I don't know if you have this in your countries, but we have two separate carriages. We have one carriage for the people who want to talk or listen to music, and another silent carriage. So you cannot talk, cannot make any noise. But everyone breaks the rules. Everyone makes noises in the silent carriage.
And other people just listen to music without headphones.
Yeah.
And this is really...
That's annoying.
And especially when the music is bad and they think it's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always. But generally, going on the train annoys me so much. Yeah, so to London, this must be the worst train route. One, because it's expensive. Two, because it's crowded, and you get such a crazy mix of people. Really, yeah, and that is quite irritating. But Jose, what would you say about your country? What is the most annoying thing?
The public transportation.
Public transport. What about traffic? Is it a problem?
Yeah, it is a problem right now. They are like building again a street here, so it is very used by everyone who is traveling. So yeah, there is a lot of traffic in the morning. It is very difficult to get the place you want to go.
Yeah, but you have a good excuse, yeah. So to be late, you can say, "Yeah, it was the traffic." If you slept in a bit longer, I think that's quite good. Okay, so that was traffic. We're going to go on with that list and see if there's anything else. Some of it maybe you'll be like, why is this annoying? Yeah, so it'd be interesting. Okay, so but guys, this is in order. So the most annoying thing, the biggest problem with British people is the chavs. The second one is people driving close behind you. Who drives? Does anyone drive?
No, we don't.
Okay, so I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, Dennis, you drive. What about this? Because in Moscow, I guess with the traffic, like with any big city, people are quite close together. People are quite compact. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of universal problem, I think, especially for Britain,
Yeah.
Moscow too.
So
And
do you?
everything about traffic jam, a lot of cars, lack of space, rude drivers, blondies, and
You say blondies.
yeah.
We say female drivers now, so it's a bit rude, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, the blondies. Yeah, okay, let's not go there. So and this kind of really driving close behind you. Do you mind when a driver really gets close behind your car? Yeah, so really too tight, too close. Do you mind?
Yes, but I just don't have a choice.
Yeah, you have to
It's
do it. Yeah?
very common. Yeah.
You have to
It's-
grin and
it's-
bear it. You can say. You can do that. Yeah, so you have to grin and bear it.
Yeah, as a rule, you just get acquainted to it, and it's not a most annoying thing about traffic jam.
So
Oh,
this
traffic jam is most annoying in general.
Yeah, if there wasn't traffic, you wouldn't have this. Okay, so people driving close behind you, that's second according to this. Jose, what about people who smell? And what does this mean? Yeah, so what does it mean to smell? Because to smell is not a bad thing if you smell good.
Terrible
Yeah.
smell.
It's like to stink, I guess.
To stink, yeah, to reek. We
Oh,
say
smell
stink or
bad.
reek. To smell bad, yeah. So people who smell, yeah, is this a problem in your countries? Ciao, is it a problem?
Actually, let me make sure how to. So the smell means terrible smell. The person just.
Yeah, we'll say terrible smell, or actually maybe also maybe too much deodorant or too much aftershave. Yeah, so two extremes: either putting too much like spray on, or not enough
fragrance.
and smelling.
Some women they just put too much fragrance, and
Perfume.
the quality is, quality is bad, and you can see that. And also some people they don't wear shoes in the public place, and that's yeah.
So outside they don't wear shoes.
Yes, they wear shoes, but sometimes they just put their shoes off by a while, and you can smile something. You see it's strange, and you just look at him, and you can see why.
But I used to do that at school. Some used to do that, yeah. So we were allowed in the classroom, for example, to take our shoes off if it was uncomfortable. But yeah, that would cause a smell, things like this. But yeah, in public places, it's not at work or something.
Actually, I would think about that. The person who smell, is it means that the person want to know something intentionally, or just keep asking some gossip or something? I don't know.
So a person who smells.
Yeah, person who smell. Yeah, he just gossip about something and extremely curious about others.
As an expression.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it, but it could be, I don't know, it could be an American thing, or we say his attitude stinks, is something that would link in some way to what you're saying, but I don't think we say, oh, he smells. We would say in the UK, his attitude, bad attitude. Exactly, I don't know if that's exactly what you mean to think. Just his attitude is so bad, it smells of mouldy garlic or shoe juice. Yeah, so, okay, so his attitude stinks, I'm not sure, yeah? So, can you give me an example?
I mean, actually, I'm not sure about the person who smell. I just think about that if it has some meaning that a person is just curious about others, gossip and just talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's always sniffing around. Something like this, meaning he is always curious about what everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
Like that. So he's always sniffing around for gossip or, yeah, like hunting for it. Okay, that's cool. So sniffing around, I'd say. Also, is it a problem in your country with people smelling?
Yeah, it is sometimes because, well, it is like the same problem as yours. There are people who take off their shoes and things like that, and also there are people who are homeless, I guess.
Yeah. So it depends on the person, but we also have a problem in the UK with obesity. So I think I've heard something like 25% of British people are considered obese, and as a result, when we get some moderately warm weather, we never get hot weather, but moderately warm weather in the 20s, yeah, this can cause a problem, particularly if you're in a crowded train to London. Yeah, so this route, I'm saying to London is always crowded. Yeah, from any city, usually the trains to London are crowded, and you can't get a seat, and sometimes you're really squashed standing up, and yeah, that can be a problem with so many people sometimes. But I'm a victim. No, not I'm a victim. I'm also a culprit. Meaning sometimes because I sweat a lot, maybe I'm one of the smelly people. Sorry, guys. But anyway, okay. So Douglas. Why technology is so good. So Douglas,
Yes.
is it a problem in your country? Smelly people.
Yes, it is. Normally in the morning, people took a shower and use some perfume, so they smell good. But after work in the end of the day, they usually smell bad because they worked all day long, studied all day long, and in Brazil it's so hot. The weather is so hot, and people, for example, on the train, are so crowded, and people start sweating. I start sweating. I sweat a lot.
But have you adapted? Yeah. So this is what I want to know is that if I go to a hot country, I always sweat too much, and I think it's just because maybe my body's not used to the heat, because my country's quite relatively cold, or not, well, certainly not warm. I'm just wondering if people from a hot country have adapted to this and don't sweat as much. Do you sweat often?
Yes, Actually, now in Brazil, in São Paulo, it's about 19 degrees, 19 degrees Celsius, and I'm sweating.
Okay, so you would still sweat even though you're used to it.
Yes, I
okay,
sweat a lot.
cool. Dennis, what about you? So if you're in now, you said it's too hot. Do you sweat?
Yes, as all normal people. Uh, it's not about even sweating, just about, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like hot heat
Yeah,
and hot weather. Just because it's, I don't know, my brain works bad at this moment.
I notice I am happier. This is going to sound really crazy for you. I am happier when it rains. I don't know why, but it just feels very comfortable for me when it rains because it's kind of refreshing. You can go outside, it's refreshing. And also inside, for example, your partner with it, it's not too hot at all. It's comfortable. So this is what I want to know, yeah? So your natural climate, if you're used to this. But Chow, what's your climate like in your country normally? Is it hot?
Normally, it varies from the states. I mean, in the north, it is cold all year, and in the south, it is hot all year. You know, the latitude of China is too long, and in my hometown, the climate is somewhat modest, but we have summer and we have winter. We can see the under negative degree and I mean Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it is hot. I mean, it is about 30 degrees outside. Yeah. So I am swelling. Yeah. See?
And Dennis, by the way, I'll just say I'm saying that I'm happiest when it's raining because it's not raining now. Yeah. So soon I'm going to Manchester. I'm moving to Manchester in September. And Manchester is famous for being one of the rainiest cities in the UK. Let's have a talk when I'm there for a couple of months, and I'll tell you my attitude to rain. Yes, I think it's also this is another trait of the British people. We forget about how it was. So in the winter, for example, we always moan about the snow. We want the summer. In the summer, we always moan about the heat, and we want the winter. Yeah, so this is a very, very common thing as well. And how is this with your country? So
I don't know. I don't know, Martin, because in winter I never complain about frost, for example.
Yeah.
But in summer I always complain. But in summer I always complain about heat.
The heat. I think it's okay when it's middle. Yeah. So if I say maybe 10 to 15 degrees is comfortable for me. But I know people from the hot countries like Brazil would think that's really cold. Yeah, 10 degrees is too cold. But for us, I think, Dennis,
it's normal. It's normal.
It's good.
It's absolutely perfect weather.
Yeah, for me too. Yeah, so 10 to 15 degrees is fine. 20 degrees is okay if you're on a beach. Yeah, anything more than that, it's okay for a couple of hours of summer. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's cool. So let's go into another thing, and we'll see if there's anything else. By the way, I want to know what comes 100th. Sports commentary. Hot weather when you're not on holiday. Okay. That's true. Children ready. Okay, so let's go to the fourth thing, sorry. People who eat with their mouth open. Right, let's discuss this because I want to ask about cultural differences with eating. Chow, when you eat noodles, is it true that you make a huge noise? Like
that remind me of a joke that some foreigners said when Chinese eating, they just make noise, too much noise, and some Chinese just reply that just less having noodles, and you will make noise also. I mean, yeah.
But the thing is that's so rude in the UK if you make noise.
Yeah, sure. I don't like it. The noodles is okay because it's inevitable. You can't avoid it. But when somebody just eat rice or some food and I would pretend that sounds like this. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, but to be honest, I feel more comfortable under these conditions because when I eat, I like to eat quickly and I like to eat just in the way I like to eat. I don't want to think about like etiquette or anything like this. Manners, things. I just want to go. So for me, I think I'll feel more comfortable in these conditions, but you don't have to worry. Yeah, you just like, well, everyone else is doing it, so you can do it. So Dennis, what's the situation? And do you do anything else, Chow, that maybe we consider a bit unusual, like with eating? Do you eat with your mouth open?
Nope. I think it is rude, even for Chinese. But actually, while we are eating and we talk a lot while we have a meal or something. But yeah,
Yeah. So
we don't keep silence.
okay, so you talk a lot and things like this. Is there anything you've heard we do in the West that would be considered rude in China?
You actually, I don't think so. Always it is considered as a rude when in Western others think about Chinese. So
No, I think, for example, if we were to go to China, things like this, if we tried, for example, to do it the Chinese way, I think some things we would do that's rude. For example, in Japan, if you put, I don't know if it's the same in China, if you put chopsticks in the food like this, yeah, so you just have them sticking up, apparently means someone's going to die. But I would always do this, yeah? I think,
sure.
where else do you put the chopsticks?
Actually, why do you do that? Is it interesting or?
No, well, where else do you put them, yeah? So you've got
Oh,
say this is a
I
chopstick,
see.
you just, yeah, so it just keeps it steady, and then you pick it up again.
Yeah, it is rude in China. If you just put a chopstick just in the rice or something, that means somebody has died. And also, if you just use the chopsticks, make noise, just use one hit another, that means you are barking something. No, you are just begging something. You are
Okay.
beggar. Yeah.
One thing children do in the UK is if they're really, really hungry, they get the knife and fork and they go, I want my food, yeah, or give me food. They bang it on the table like that, yeah. So that's something. And also, what else? Yeah. So by the way, when I couldn't use chopsticks, I would always do it like that, yeah. So, it's covered. Now I think my chopstick skills are okay, but these are pens I can't do it. Is that okay? I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So Dennis, what about in Russia eating habits that you've heard the differences?
Yes, I think it's the same. If to speak about myself, I really don't like people who eat in public places, just in general. But I think you should. Chips, hot dogs, hamburgers.
Oh yeah. So eating, we say eating on the go.
And other snacks. I think you should eat in special places or at home when nobody see you, because it's sometimes it's really disgusting to see another people eating.
Yeah, and especially if people are watching you, yeah. So that always happens if you're eating. So yeah, I'm guilty for this. I eat on the go quite a bit. Only really in London, because in London I don't want to wait around because it's too crowded and I don't like it. In London, I would always eat on the go if I'm going somewhere, yeah, like a sandwich or something. And it's really irritating when people stare at you, because as soon as people stare at you for anything, you automatically get awkward and you automatically do what you're trying to stop yourself from doing. So if you're trying to, for example, eat very, very well, as in not make a mess, as soon as someone stares at me, I just suddenly make a mess. Yeah, I don't know what happens. It's just some instant reaction. But Douglas, what's your attitude to eating on the go? Do you ever do it?
I usually use. I don't have some sounds attitudes, but I usually use so much napkin because I eat when I'm during I'm walking on the street, so I prefer to use napkins to hold the food. Usually people don't use this, only use their hands.
Napkins or many napkins. You said, I can't remember what you said. Maybe it was right. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So you use a lot of napkins. But that's okay. Yeah. So it's not rude. But most people say don't use them. Also, what about you? Do you eat on the go?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Do you eat on the go?
I eat what?
Eat on the go. So this means when you're moving somewhere, when you're walking somewhere, you would eat while you're walking or while you're going on the bus.
Yeah. It is not like very easy to eat on the bus because there are, it's usually very crowded and you cannot eat. So it is more like maybe you can eat just in the breaks at school and things like that.
Yeah.
You don't usually see people walking and eating only if there are minutas or things like that.
Okay, so it's not so common that people would eat on the go and stuff. But Chow, what would you say? And also, I guess it depends on the city. So if you live in a big city where you're very, 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 very busy, then maybe more people, for example, would eat on the go in Beijing. Maybe. Do you think, Chow?
Yeah, I think it is common in China that people just eating on the go. I do actually. I sometimes I eat across my campus and also in the bus. I eat something like sandwich, but not a Chinese food. Yeah. And I want to know in which country it would be considered as a rude action or behavior.
Okay, so you're saying in China it's acceptable.
Yeah.
I would say it in the big cities. It depends. In my small town, I'd have no reason where I actually come from to eat on the go. Really, I can't think of a reason because, I'm not busy in my small town.
And
There's places to sit.
I heard about that. Japanese they don't eat on the go. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone, so compared, but no, I haven't seen.
But so the problem is that Japanese they are busy. They are stressed about their work, but they don't eat on the go. I think it's some.
Guys, can I just ask you as well? Because I was surprised by this. Chow, in China, do people have TVs in their car, as in playing live TV?
In some tax car, I saw it. Yeah, we do have that.
Because we have, but only for very, very rich people, yeah? So if you're very rich, and I think it's illegal to watch TV in the car, but that's something I've seen in Japan, is that they have, a lot of them, most of them have TVs in their car, and they watch TV while getting to work to make them more, I'm guessing to make them more efficient, so they don't spend the time at home watching TV. They watch TV when they're moving. I thought this was incredible. I was like, what? So, Jose, guys, in your country, because in the UK this is not common at all, Dennis, do you see it in Moscow? People have TVs watching live TV in their car while they're driving.
No, it's not common, of course, but it may be, yes, not even TV, but DVD, for example.
Yeah.
People can watch DVD in their car, especially in traffic jam. But you can't do anything in traffic jam because you have a lot of time.
And there was an article I read that Muscovites are very efficient in the traffic jams. I don't know if you read this. It was ages ago, a couple of months ago, again on the BBC. Yeah, so they were saying that Muscovites are very, very efficient in the traffic jams. That, for example, if they have some kind of business, they would some kind of extra business, they would do the business admin in the traffic jam, or for example, they would do exercise in the traffic jam, or there was a lady that was knitting scarves in the traffic jam. And
yes. I even knew a person who played a guitar at traffic jam, for example. Just practice for practice. I don't know. You can do manicure. Yeah, do a manicure.
Yeah.
If you're a woman, traffic jam.
Okay, this is the article.
Everything.
This is the article I was reading. There's lots of examples of things, and they're saying basically Russians are very, very efficient in traffic jams. They don't waste the time. Yeah, because if you're in the traffic jam for a long time, then you find something to do. I think that was really cool. Yeah. So someone also got married, not married, but found a future wife in the traffic jam. I thought that was quite a good story. No, okay. So, yeah. So.
And married and married and leave at traffic jams.
Yeah, they live in the traffic jam. Yeah, so they had their child in the traffic jam. No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Wait. Oh, they're talking about Sao Paulo. It was in one of Sao Paulo's terrible jams 9 years ago. Yeah, and also in Sao Paulo it's happened as well.
Yes.
Guys, can you tell us? Yes, please. Douglas.
Yes. So in São Paulo there's a lot of traffic jam, And actually today I had my pillow to the bus
Yeah.
to sleep because I spent 2 hours from home to my work.
Yeah.
And and usually in the bus, on the subway, and people in the car, they watch TV live,
Yeah.
and DVD
On the
are very
bus.
common. Yes, in the bus. Actually, today I watched the Brazil game, Confederates game on the bus.
Cool. So you do things that are more efficient and stuff like this. People, yeah, would do stuff on their smartphones and things, but yeah, maybe we're not so efficient. What? To be honest, I can't do anything when I'm traveling. I just get bored. I just sit there and like, oh, I so listen to music, but I really don't like it. I don't like traveling in any form. I like getting to the place, but I just don't like the process of traveling. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Jose, did you have any more comments?
Yeah, I just want to say that in my country, yeah, people usually commit to their work here in the city. So it is like not very common to see a TV in a car.
Yeah.
But maybe people who have money, they usually have it if they have a driver.
Okay, if they've got chauffeur, that would be the same in the UK, yeah? No one. These kind of portable DVD players, yeah, you can get in the back of the car if you have children and stuff, and they're quite cheap now, maybe £50 or something, but an actual TV which can play live TV, I was like, what? This is crazy, this alien. But I thought it's quite convenient. Unfortunately, yeah, so in Japan I don't understand any of what they're saying, but yeah, it's still quite cool. Okay, so, the fourth one.
Yep. Martin, can I suggest it's quite universal annoying things. Let's find something
more specific.
Quintessential British.
Okay, yeah,
British.
yeah. So, okay, foreign call centers. No, that's rude. Let's not go there. Slow internet connections. Wait, can you find something that you would find shocking in this list? Go through this list I've sent you.
What is noisy eaters? Why eaters is
noisy eaters?
Capital.
So, noisy eaters. This is, for example, what Chow does.
No, yeah, I know, but why it's with the capital E? Maybe some kind of,
That's
I don't know.
Point. But when we're writing lists, sometimes you can write both. You'd see both. I would write an E, a capital E here, because it's like yeah, in a real text, it's not real text, it's just a list. But you're right that, for example, it doesn't say salesman with a capital S. Yeah, so it's inconsistent. But I would write, for example, salesman with a capital S here because it's like a list. The door-to-door salesman. Anything that's like a noun, when it's like in a list form, I would write with a capital letter. But you don't have to. Yeah, so you can write, for example, here, you can write capital C, capital S because it's a list. Or you can write just lower cases. But for in fact, all words, yeah. So if you're saying, but you wouldn't just put it for a noun here. For example, the nation's obsession with Z-list celebrities. Nation, you can also put, even though it's an adjective or so. No, the obsession, nation's obsession. Yeah, would also be capital or not capital. You can choose.
And what is it, by the way? Z-list.
Z-list. Oh yeah. This maybe is something which we have. Well, not everyone, yeah, but this is a general thing. We are very curious about people's lives, and Z-list is the opposite of A-list. So A-list celebrities are what? Does anyone know? What an A-list celebrity? Yeah. So David Beckham would be an A-list celebrity. A Z-list celebrity will be someone maybe who appeared on a reality TV show for 10 minutes. Yeah, and they're famous for a little bit of time, but they haven't done anything. Yeah. So Z-list celebrity is a very, very minor celebrity, a celebrity really who's not famous, who's just been on TV for a bit. Okay.
And it's very ridiculous to be on this list, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really a list. We just describe it. For example, A list is the top, the most famous people. Z-list are they're known, but they're not so famous. Do you know Big Brother? Dennis, have you?
Yes.
People who go on Big Brother, the contestants or game shows, would be Z-list celebrities. Reality TV shows, things like this. Yeah. So really, really not famous people, but we like them. Yeah. So I don't, but people generally are curious about people's lives. Yeah. So we're very nosy. How does this compare with your country, Chao? So do Chinese people care about Z-list celebrities?
I didn't really understand the Z-list celebrities.
Okay, I'll get some examples. 1 second. Okay, so I'm seeing if there's a list of some Z-list celebrities that you would know, but I'm not sure that you will. Okay. They're just not famous celebrities. Wait. Okay, Urban Dictionary will help. So, someone who has only starred in one thing in their miserable acting career and spend the remains of their pay in beer and care. Yeah, so it's just someone. We also say this term a one-hit wonder. Yeah, so a one-hit wonder. A musician who only makes one good song in their entire career would be that would be a one-hit wonder. Means they've only managed to make one song.
Yeah,
they're famous, but they're not really that famous. They're famous for one song, big whoop. Or a one-hit wonder, for example, you've written one book and that's it. Yeah? A very minor celebrity.
But Martin, if it's a nation obsession, it's not so minor celebrities.
Yeah, because there's celebrities which we consider not to be important. So even if they're famous nationwide, they're not really that special. They're just average celebrities.
And Martin, 25.
Okay.
It's another nation obsession with.
Yeah. Z-list celebrity, a good example. Right. Okay. So Katie and Peter. By the way, this is written a couple of years ago, so it's a bit old. Katie and Peter. I don't want to show you Katie Price because she's famous for being a topless model. So if I show you pictures of Katie Price, you'll see her tits. Yeah. And while I'm sure all of us would like to, maybe it's not allowed on Burbling. So I'll be very careful with the photo. I'll go on Wikipedia. That's a good one. So basically, she's okay. This is okay, right? So she's basically a topless model. She's famous for being showing her boobs, and now she's a business lady. So she writes books. She has cosmetics. She's like famous for But her husband, for example, was famous for one song, I think. Yeah, so he wrote an album in the 90s, but he's really not famous. Where he wasn't famous until they got married. Peter Andre was her husband, but they then split up, and everyone was obsessed with this because they got together on a reality TV show. Have you heard of Celebrity? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Here, there's a reality TV show which sends minor celebrities, Z-list celebrities, to an Australian jungle. They send them to Australia, and they've basically got to survive eating things like kangaroo penises or alligator eyes, stuff like this. Really dreadful stuff. And the people who go on this are Z-list celebrities because they're desperate for some profile. Yeah, they're desperate for people to know them again because everyone's forgotten. So they go on this show, eat kangaroo dick, and then they come back and they write a book, and suddenly they're famous again. But in a minor way. So these are Z-list celebrities. So Pete Andre, he was famous in the 90s. He had one good song. He was a one-hit wonder, and then no one heard about him for 15 years. He went on this show, married this girl with the big boobs, and suddenly he's famous again. Okay? So he's like a Z-list celebrity. He's not Brad Pitt, is he? Yeah, you don't know about him. But in the UK, we know about him. David Beckham, you all probably have heard of him. Yeah, so he's an A-list celebrity. Okay, so if I show you also. But I wouldn't say she's Z-list, yeah? So, yeah, Heston Blumenthal. He's famous in the UK as a chef. He's famous for making things like snail jelly, yeah? Or, you know, yeah, he's famous in the UK, but you don't know him.
Yes, I don't.
Okay, so, yeah, he cooks random things, yeah? And he does stuff like this. So he's a Z-list celebrity. We know him, but you don't. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Can I just show you one thing, just while we're on that? Yeah. Oh, wait. I can't show you, but he cooks very unusual things. But I can't show you. Anyway, yeah, okay, you got it. So, the nation is obsessed with Z-list celebrities, but I wouldn't say just Z-list celebrities. I would say about the lives of other people. We're very, 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 very nosy. Whether that's people of other nationalities or people within our own country, yeah? So we're very nosy about what other people are doing. Chow, how does that compare with China? Are the Chinese quite nosy?
Yes, there are some Z-list celebrities just because of one song or one masterpiece and then just get famous. And people just crazy about it, and after some time they just faded away about on the public.
Yeah, so what? Oh, sorry, guys, I've realised the time. I've got another class.
Yes, you're all out of time.
I would have.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, bye. See ya. Okay, join the next class and we'll
Yeah.
talk then. Bye. See ya.